So hello everyone, we are here with our first site on courses where we are going to discuss about the MPH courses. What are the 3 MPH courses at TISS Mumbai, and we'll also have an insight into all 3 courses, what are the difference between them, and who can apply for those courses. That is also very important. And we'll also take doubts of the students. But before that, we'll start with a formal introduction from each one of the student. There are altogether 6 students, 2 each from each MPH course. So I will start, from Satyaki. Satyaki, you can start, and then we'll come to it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Satyaki Giri. I am a BDS graduate from Kolkata, West Bengal. The course I am pursuing in TISS is MPH Health Administration. So I completed my BDS in 2020. After that, I worked as a junior resident doctor in the government hospital from where I passed from. So I always wanted to change streams to something broader, but initially I wasn't sure. I was exploring streams like which would suit me specifically. Then public health interested me. And so I was looking for colleges, looking at the curriculums, and there was this senior from my college who passed from GIPMAR. He did MPH. So he told me about what this is all, like what the MPH, the future prospects are and what are the colleges are, like what their curriculum and placement procedures are. So from then I came to know about this MPH, and then I searched for colleges, and my house trip ended and I sat for TISSNet exam. TISS was kind of the pinnacle of the MPH colleges I chose for myself because of 2 reasons mainly. We all know about the curriculum. Like TISS is the most innovative of all the MPH colleges there are. Like in most of the MPH colleges, there are no interdisciplinary differences and all. But TISS has specialized 3 types of MPH. And when we discuss further, you will get to know from all the other students also, like what the basic differences and what the similarities are and the prospects also. So,
Okay, now Parwathi, you are also from MPH-HA, so can you introduce yourself, Parwathi Warrior?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Parwathi Warrior. I have done my graduation in dentistry from Bangalore. And later I joined as an associate dentist, worked for about a year and a half. Parallelly, I also volunteered as a project coordinator for rural oral health projects under the aegis of Indian Dental Association. Later, I did a short stint with one of the NGOs where I worked as a health promoter. And that's when the clinics came to a halt thanks to the lockdown. And that's when I got the time to rejig my priorities. And one of my seniors, like he's from TISS, he nagged me and pushed me to taking up TISS. And that's when I got to know about the public health course at TISS. That's when I gave in and took the course, took TISSNet, and rest is history. Right now, I'm currently pursuing health administration at TISS. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so after health administration, that is MPH health administration, we'll go to social epidemiology. Maybe Anagha is there. Anagha, you can go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, friends. So I'm Anagha Unnikrishnana. So I'm basically from Kerala. I did my graduation in dentistry. After that, I had worked for a couple of, 2 years actually, in the field of public health only. One is as a palliative care doctor, and also during the COVID time, I got to work under NHM also. After that, then I prepared for UPSC for a very short time, and during which I even thought of an alternative option, that is public health only, and decided to give the entrance exam and clear TISSNet and like all the stages and reached here. Thank you.
Okay, now Shivani is there.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Shivani Sinha. I did my graduation in Bachelor of Dental Surgery from Bhubaneswar, and I completed it in the year 2021. And after that, I prepared for TISSNet, and being very fortunate, I cleared TISSNet and crossed this several process of interviews and stuff to secure a seat in social epidemiology. Thank you.
Okay, then Saket, you can introduce.
Yes, so good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. So my name is Saket Surbhi, and I'm basically from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. And I did my BCom honors from St. Xavier's, Ranchi. And post that, I worked as a financial analyst in TCS for approx 20 months. And after that, during my job only, I found out about TISSNet, and HPF was my second preference as I was interested in public health, although being from BCom honors and always studying economics, accounts, finance. It was a new field for me, but I wanted to explore this field and do my master's. So yeah, I had filled HPF as my second preference, and then I prepared for the exam and cleared TISSNet and the other rounds, and finally secured a seat in MPH-HPEF. Thank you.
Okay, now Simran will speak.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, sir. My name is Simran Ahuja, and I've done my bachelor's in medical biotechnology, which was an engineering degree. And I think around my second year, I started becoming very interested in public health. So I did an internship at TISS Mumbai itself for 2 months, and then at ICMR Nari for 6 months. And like that is how I knew that I really wanted to go work in public health. And then HPF was my first preference, because since childhood I've been really interested in public health, but also economics and finance. So this is a field where I think which is like a perfect amalgamation of both of those. So I joined it, did it luckily.
Okay, so we came to know that there are 3 courses. The first one is MPH-HA, the second one is MPH-SE, and then Health Policy, Economics and Finance. Now we'll ask the students from MPH-HA to tell us how many seats are there, number 1, in the course, and also what is the specialization when compared to other 2 courses. So Satyaki, you can start.
So yeah, basically MPH-HA has 39 seats. In our batch, there are 40 students so far. And apart from the seats, basically the specialization thing, like many subjects is common with the public health subjects, and the basic core foundation subjects are common with the HPEF and AC courses. Some subjects are unique to us, our course. Those are mainly public health administration related subjects. We had one, evolution and development of health administration. It was in the first semester, we just completed it. And there will be furthermore in the upcoming semesters as well. And in the first semesters, we also had some financial and management courses which are common with the MHA people. Like we had the classes together. And the public health epidemiology, these courses we had common with the other MPH courses.
Okay, so you are saying that there is overlap over other MPH courses, but you do have some specialized thing with you.
Yeah,
okay.
1 or 2 subjects in the first and second sems each, which are unique to each courses.
Okay, so Parwathi, do you want to add something? How this HA course is somewhat different from other courses?
Yes, mostly what Satyaki has covered, it's almost the same, but I would like to build on that. You get to learn how we are differentiated is you get to learn the organogram of the health system that's in India, how health systems function in general in India. You get to learn how the human resources are allotted. When you talk about resources, when it's scarce, it just doesn't mean the money that's being allotted to the program specifically. It's human resources, it's time as well. So and also how you interconnect the different disciplines. So there are a lot of disciplines that is coming together, and what each discipline brings to the table. And then how health economics comes. Like I was terrified listening to health economics when when the classes started, but how it all makes sense, how health economics plays an important role, how resources are distributed. You learn behavioral economics. It's a lot. It's a lot of things you learn. How everything has a social bearing. The main idea behind the course at MPH in TISS is how everything has a social bearing. How with the ever-changing landscape, how the things are delivered to the beneficiaries and how they're accepting and seeking of the programs that are being provided to them. So this is basically how you learn, how it is differentiated from the other three courses at TISS. Thanks.
Okay. Now come to social epidemiology. First of all, tell me, anybody, either Shivani or Anagha, can tell me the meaning of epidemiology, and then you can explain what your course is. And then I will also discuss one important question. Yeah, Anagha, go on.
Okay, so basically social epidemiology deals with the basic distribution of diseases, the determinants, which actually affects the population. Like it is the overall study of the health of the population and different social and environmental factors that are affecting the health. So basically, I would say that these three divisions are the basic vital part of a public health, and without any of these, the public health cannot function properly. As in, we epidemiologists first gather the data at the ground level. What are the diseases? What are the health conditions that is prevalent in the society? Be it at national level or at global level. So we are trying to identify the problems. We are taking the database at the ground level, and then we are analyzing it, and we'll pass it on to the health policy people, and they are the ones who implement the programs and allocate the financial part of it and design the policy, and they pass it over to the health administration people. And overall, I would say that these are the super specialization that is there within the specialization. I would say masters MPH. Yeah, I would like to say it like that. And the good part about this is that they are providing all these three in a very, very good way, that when you're out of the campus, you will be known as MPH at TISS only, but you will be extra equipped with the knowledge and the skills of these three specializations. So you can choose the job of your wish after that. Yeah. Thank you, sir. And
Okay.
Shivani can add.
Yeah, I
Shivani?
think I'll add to it, to what Anagha said. First of all, I will tell there are 28 seats for social epidemiology, and on top of that, yes, like she said, each specialization has its own, its own value, its own importance in the society, particularly in the health sector. But when we come to social epidemiology does not only involve specifically to the medicine or to a disease. Social epidemiology also takes under the other social aspects. Like we do have a course with the name of gender, where we just not take a disease which is specific to a child or a woman or to a man. It just takes up everything that is in and around you. So, and like she said, so epidemiology is all about working on the grassroots level. It's how you collect the data, it's how you find what are the symptoms, how it prevails in the society. Like we talk about corona, we have seen corona, how it was. There were I would say great work has been done by the health workers, where this data was collected, it was assembled, and then analysis was done over that, and then the policy was made, the programs were implemented. So I would say the epidemiology, when we talk about social epidemiology, it is more about working on the grassroots level and more connected to people. I think that is what I would say for social epidemiology.
Okay, so your work is to study disease basically and collect the primary data. Okay, so a lot of R&D and research will be there. And then
Yes.
Tell me, one question is there. Can we change the options? There are 3 options when you fill the TISS form. Okay, so all of you might be filling the form of TISS right now. So there will be 3 options which you can fill. So it is very important to understand that whatever option you fill right now, you will not be allowed. You will not be allowed to change that preference, come what may. Okay,
Yes.
So I know many examples of students who filled the options incorrectly, and then they repented why I did that. Okay, and they qualified for better courses, but you can't just change the option. Okay, and yeah, social epidemiology,
So I think
we have got.
So I think I would take the opportunity to answer to that question. When we fill the form, like I remember last year when we were filling the form, you were very specific to us. You were very precise to us that you need to study. You need to study the course. What are the syllabus that they will cover? What are the subjects that they will cover? And then to choose what you want to fill the form for, or what is your priority. So it becomes important for all of us. Even we have seen the same thing, that we see the course list over there. What are the subjects that we have to study? And then we chose our preference for the selection in the course.
Okay, so there is a special question regarding your course. So somebody is asking, sir, I am not that good at maths. So is the math an important parameter in SC course?
Me and Anagha, we both did dentistry. So we left mathematics after 10th. I left mathematics after 10th. I took biotechnology in 11th and 12th. So for me, maths was very difficult. I had nightmares. And I remember messaging Prateek sir after every class. I did not understand this. Oh my God, this is so hard. And sir was like, you attend the class. You have to be consistent. Consistency is the key, Shivani. You have to understand this. So all I can say is, don't be afraid of maths. Maths is very, they ask the basic, but yes, at the very same time, sir teaches you the basics of mathematics. And if you understand his basics, what he teaches, I think social epidemiology or any of the course of MPH, you will definitely be able to crack.
Like to add on, sir, actually, yeah, if you're looking to clear the TISNET exam, they are asking the basic things only, which you can, by practice, you can crack those marks. And I would say that since TISNET has this sectional cutoff for the GK, concentrate more on GK, I would say that. And mathematics and public health is like, yeah, you can tackle it very easily, actually. It's all like the computer does half of it. You have all the technologies right now. So no mind math and all to be done. So it's easy, actually.
And in TISNET also, they will provide you a level playing field where they are not going to ask you very difficult question. At least I can say 15 questions will be easier. Okay. So that much you can score. Above that, if you want to score, you will have to work. Okay. Now the another point is regarding the HPEF course. So either Saket or Simran will answer to this. How important is the knowledge of economics in MPH-HPEF? This is the first question. You will have to introduce your course and then answer this question. Okay. Saket, you can start maybe.
Okay, so like within MPH, we have the specialization HPEF. So in HPEF, we basically deal with, like we all know that, as Parwathi mentioned earlier, that health resources are very scarce, and we all know that. So, allocating those resources is a big challenge for us. And whatever policies you see in public health, be it the population policy or pricing policy, or n number of policies, it is always the brainchild of a policymaker, where you identify the most critical problems in the health sector, and then you see whether there is already a policy existing or not. If not, we suggest policy briefs. And this happens at state level also, because there are various policies which are specific to a state. This happens at national level also, global level also. So in HPF, and you also asked about the courses. Then in first semester, we have many courses, many subjects that are common to all specializations. But in HPF, there's this policy class, which is specific to us, where we learn about how policies are made, about policy briefs, and various other parameters of that. And in HPF, another important thing is the economics and finance part, because, making policy is not just that you do. Seeing that whether it's financially feasible to implement, the financial viability of the policy, these things also, whether it's economically viable for a state or the nation to implement or not, and how, you can make it more economically viable so that the policy does not relapse. It functions well for a long run. So these are the things that what HPF teaches you basically. And so coming to the seat intake, then we have on the website, it shows 23, although in our batch, we have 24 students. So that is it. And knowledge of economics. Yeah, so economics in the first semester, it was taught to all of us, all three MPH as well as MHA. So I think so that although I'm an economics student from like class 11 to be precise, But I think so that what I analyzed, that there's nothing such that if you do not have prior knowledge of economics, then you cannot fare well or you cannot understand, because the faculty is good, the professor is good, the subject is taught in a very comprehensive manner. The basics are covered that is needed to learn, to understand. We have peer-to-peer learning also. People support each other in understanding the concepts, and they're not very tough. So yeah, you can do it even though you do not, because I guess Simran did not have economics as a subject in graduation and all. Still, I think she'll be able to explain you this point more better. But according to my opinion, it's not important like to have a prior, a very in-depth knowledge of economics. You can understand it from scratch, write and test.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
even I would
Simran,
like to add that first of all, this course, like Saket said, it's all about policies. So like in India, we have mostly seen this pattern that we bring something like we bring policies from outside, like just as they are. So what we learn in this course is like what are the context, what are the different aspects of a policy, what are the different actors, and who all would be responsible or who all should be asked about this. And that is how we understand each thing in very depth. And about economics. So like our economics, if you see, it's more like health economics. So like you should just have like the basic 10th ka maths and you can like build upon it. So it's not like something which we all knew. Like Saket had economics. I am a biotech student. Even I left maths in 10th. But if you have genuine interest about this course, you'll actually enjoy the field a lot, because you'll get to know all things about health insurances, how to make policies, how to understand the policy from a different aspect. So these are the things. And no, you do not need a lot of maths, because like all of us said, half of them are doctors in our class. You do not need maths. You just need genuine interest for the field.
okay, so there is also one question, which is, sir, what is the difference between MHA courses and MHA course and MPH courses? So anybody can take if you want, or I will speak what I should do. So let me speak. Okay. So MHA is a totally different course and MPH is a totally different course. Okay. The difference lies that in MHA, you will have to look into the administrative part of the implementation policy, not policy implementation, but you will have to look after the maintenance part of a hospital. Okay. That can be done by a individual who has a prior knowledge of maybe healthcare and who doesn't have prior knowledge of healthcare. For example, people from different stream, they have made it to MHA. Okay. But what I suppose is if you have genuine interest in healthcare, then only come for MPH courses. Okay. MPH courses will have specialization, as I already told. Okay. And MHA is somewhat it is like management. You are managing some hospitals out there. So it is totally different. And one more thing I would like to add, that MHA course, there might not be any field work. Okay. It is a desk job in a way. You will go at a particular place and sit there and do your job. Now in MPH course, if you want to work with NGOs or good companies like WHO and all, then you will have to show them that initially you have done some research work, you have collected some data, you have gone to, you can do the research either in the urban areas or the rural areas, because there have been healthcare research going on in urban areas also, like slums. Okay. But the thing is, you have to do research, somewhat research is required. And you might end up in very, very good NGOs, like Piramal Foundation is one of them. Then you have Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and then you have WHO. So there are some, TISS people in WHO also. Now there is another, question. Sir, what are the field work and internship which we do in MPH courses? So I will start with again HA people. Satyaki, you can throw some light over it.
So in MPH-HA courses, there are 3 internships. One in second sem, one in third sem, one in fourth sem. The second sem, which will just begin, we have the internship after the exams, that is in a rural government health setup. And in the third sem, the internship, it will be a rural NGO health setup. Okay, both of these are of 8 weeks duration, I think. In the third sem end, we will have a urban health setup internship. It will be of 4 weeks. So in MPH-HA, there is no field practicum, which is a part of the other MPH courses. So these are the 3 internships HA courses have. I will pass on.
Okay, so Parvati, would you like to add something?
So just it's the same, but it's like a well-curated pedagogy where you have synergy between what you're learning and also what you're working on the ground. So there are basically 3 internships. Two of them are rural, and the last is an urban stint. And yeah, you get to learn. You get to shed off your social expectations and social conditioning during these internships, and that's what you need after the course when you are placed somewhere. So yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, so you guys have said that the internship, there are 3 altogether, and that will be happening in different settings, so that, you know, further down the career, you are going to work with those people, so that you should be comfortable doing that. Okay, now I will come to SC people. Anagha, you can speak.
So basically, in social epidemiology, we have 2 internships in the second sem end and in the third sem end. In second sem end, we do have a urban internship. So it's yet to begin. So in third sem, we do have rural internship with NGO. So yeah, these are the 2 internships which we have in social epidemiology.
Saket, go on. Yeah,
So in
go on.
HPEF, so the first internship we'll have in the second sem, which is which all the 4 courses will have, and we'll also have precisely for 4 weeks. But the difference wherein all the compared to other courses is in the third sem. In the third sem, HPF has field practicum of 18 weeks. Like that's the longest duration we have, and that is a very comprehensive field practicum. And I think so what feedback we have got that you will get to learn a lot of things from that 18 weeks of field practicum. So basically our entire third sem is field practicum. We don't have we'll not be on campus, and we don't have to like classroom courses. I guess there's only one subject precisely which may be online, but we don't have to come to the college in the third sem. HPF entire third sem is field practicum for 18 weeks. And in the second sem, we'll have the first internship. So these 2 field work we have in HPF.
Okay, so now I will ask you the next question, which is, you are the first batch after so many years who have gone to the campus. Okay, so tell me the experience of classroom, campus, and hostel. Who are the people who are going to get the hostel and who will not get the hostel? That is the first question. And also, how is the classroom experience, and campus? How is the campus? Anybody can start. You can start, Simran. Go on.
So for the hostel, so it's sadly a financial differentiation. The people who have income less than 8 lakh will get hostel, and they'll have to provide a proof for income certificate as well. And when it comes to the campus life, I think it's very amazing. I think we all can, the smile on our faces say it all, that it's very refreshing, and it feels like we can enjoy our life a lot, and also at the same time study a lot, because half of us used to stay in the library till like 2-3 a.m. and revise and study everything. So the campus is very amazing, and the classrooms are very interactive. I think apart from just 1 or 2 subjects, in all subjects we used to talk to our teachers. They used to give us research papers and we used to read them. At least we would try to read them and come back and ask questions about them. And they used to talk about various things, not just our books, but also whatever was happening in the society. For example, I think we discussed about C-sections a lot, which I think is just coming up in my mind. Everything that used to go on. They're very interactive. I think others can add.
Okay, would you like to add, Anagha, you would like to
Yeah.
add the life at campus?
Yeah, it's really amazing actually, because I'm staying for the first time outside Kerala. So for me, it's a very great experience, because such a diversity you will never find in any other social science college. That's what one of our professor told. Like it's really nice to be here, and the teachers are also very, very friendly. They just they update their knowledge as well as they impart knowledge to us. Then there are so much of cultural activities, arts, sports, all the fun. See that after the 2 pandemic years, the college is like very very energetic. So be here, try to be here.
Okay. So
I would
yeah,
like to add to this question.
yeah, go on, go on.
So like talking about the campus life, amazing is a very small word for it. It's beyond amazing. To all the aspirants, I would like to say, work hard, give your 100% to be here, because it will all be worth it at the end. It is just, once in a lifetime experience you will get at TISS at the college. The classroom sessions are so interactive and so nice. Like there are some classes which go as smooth as butter. You don't understand how 2 hours pass by, and you are like so immersed in the class. Like it's amazing. The faculty is very good. They're very interactive. They give us adequate readings. They teach us so well. And you can feel the difference here right in the first, and that what knowledge you had earlier prior to coming here and what you will gain here. And the campus life is superb, everything including. So just give your 100% till the last process, and make sure to get a seat here, because it will be all worth it.
Okay, so
I will add something just a bit.
yeah, go on, go on.
Apart from the curriculum and the great academic culture and the placement reports and everything else, two things are very important. Like when you guys visit the TISS campus, remember the library. It is one of the most amazing libraries, both in terms of paperback books and cyber libraries I have seen. And there are places where you can read, you can access to a lot of materials. It's a privilege of being a TISS student. Otherwise, you can't access them, to be honest. And another thing about the campus is it's one of the greenest campuses I have seen. You will really love, the
I
atmosphere
think I'll
actually
agree
affects
to
your mindset
Satyaki.
and all.
Yeah, I think I agree to Satyaki in this. The green campus, I remember we had exams, semester exams, and we used to get up in the morning. Some of us could have access to the library at the night. Someone can stay in the library for the entire night and study. And when you get up in the morning and you go in the campus and you sit at a corner and you study, it is so refreshing. So, every bit and every part of the college, the campus, the professors, the curriculum it's what you'll enjoy. So yes, it's amazing.
Okay, so Parvati, would you like to add to this part? Parvati?
So I would like to say, that this is probably a melting pot of cultures and people. So it depends upon you how you imbibe and absorb and evolve as a person. And about the other aspect, I'm socially inept. So most of the time I rush back to my flat the moment the classes end. So I'm probably not the right person to ask that question. But yeah, other than that, the thing that I talked about, different people, there are a lot of different people at the campus, and you really need to make it work in your favor. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so there is a question. Can a non-medical person apply to these courses?
Sir, I'll take answer to that, sir. I'll answer for that. Yes, non-medical student can apply for every of the batch, either a strength of 28 or 40 or 38 or 37. There are students from each and every horizon of the education system that runs in India. There are engineers, there are doctors, there are students from pharmacy who have done pharmacy. There are students who have done from nursing. There are students from life sciences. There are students who have done prosthetics and whatnot. It's not limited just ki if you are a doctor or you have a degree of something, a physiotherapist. It's nothing. It's not restricted that you have to have a medical background to get into MPH. MPH is open for everyone.
I would also like to add, I think Saket and I are examples in front of you. Saket has done BCom and I myself am in. So you should have just genuine interest for the course and that will show in the interview. So it wouldn't matter. It's just that you need to be passionate about it wherever you come.
So I would like to give some more inputs for this question. That I was the person, I've done BCom honors, and I was very skeptical about this course. But it's about interest that shows.
So yeah, as far as I know, you took admission at some college previously.
I'd already taken at Symbiosis. I studied for 1 month there. I left there and I came back to TISS. So yeah. And so, I remember during my interview, so Shivakami ma'am, she had questioned me thrice. Same question. that how will you being from BCom contribute to HPF? I had justified myself thrice. But I liked that course. That was the reason that I had chosen among all the other courses. I had chosen that as my second preference. So I justified it. She asked me thrice, I justified it thrice. So if you have interest, that will reflect. That's what right Simran said. And field does not matter at all. In my class, we have students like from MBBS also, BBS also, Pol Science and English literature also for that matter. So field does not matter at all. It's all about your interest and how much you're eager to grasp and learn.
To add to that point, sir, actually, this is a college which encourages diversity, and public health is a field where we need to have professionals from varied background, which often is not considered properly. Like, people in early times used to think that only doctors can be a public health professionals, but no, public health in India currently require people having expertise in different background, and that will add on to their contribution into the field of public health. So that is another reason why TISS is encouraging this.
Yeah, there is a silly question. Is the course fee affordable? Is the course fee affordable? It is affordable. I mean,
Course fee is more than affordable, but definitely a hostel fee, as I would say, like hostel, if your income is below 8 lakhs per annum, then definitely you'll get an hostel. Otherwise, it is actually very, some of us are staying outside. Yeah. Very
okay.
expensive.
Yeah,
So
we
I'm
also
talking
get
about-
scholarship for multiple courses, and there is also facility for scholarship. The government of India gives, or the state governments also provide you with that. You need not to worry about the fee course at all. Don't just worry about it.
Okay, so
So I'm
now
talking about the course
Yes,
fees. This is the cheapest. Like you cannot get at like fees is nowhere less than TISS, especially the course fee. It's the least.
I know places where the course for MPH type course is only 20 lakh. Okay, and people are going there. So compared to that, it is nothing. Okay. Now I would like any of you to take the question of what is this process. After filling the form, you will have to go through TISSNet. Can you explain in your words what is the format of TISSNet, what type of question to come and everything? And then another few of you can discuss what happens in the next round, that is after TISSNet. Okay. Yeah, anybody can speak about the first. Shivani can speak maybe.
I'll take for the TISSNet. TISSNet has 3 sections: one for maths, one for English, and one for GK. You need to clear the cutoff for GK separately to get qualified for TISSNet. And the questions in mathematics are basic. You don't have to worry about that. English is average. If you have a sound knowledge of English plus the classes that you are taking, I think you'll find no issues with that. Yes, when it comes to GK, TISS always plays with GK. I think this happened with us. Sir is very well aware of that. Sir might have told you the story back then. So yes, one thing that all of us focused, and we were constantly asked by Sir to focus, was current affairs. This has a tendency to take questions from the current affairs. You won't believe we were asked a question from Gangubai Kathiawadi, and nobody expected that. We were expecting all big questions and all difficult questions, but we were asked from Gangubai. So you need to be very particular. Current affairs is the key, of course. And for static GK, I would say just depend on Sir. You don't have to worry for static GK. Not at all. So this is what happens in TISSNet. The time slots, I think you'll be informed about the time slots in the application form. They'll explain you everything. But if you are worried about how to set the question paper, it has to be mathematics is basic, English is average, and GK they play sometime, but it was usually a good question for GK. So yes.
Okay,
Sir, I would like to add a point to that, sir. Actually, the marks of the TISSNet that will be there in your hand, and that really decides the final in which course you are going to get into, because for TISS, whatever the process is going to happen after the COVID times, we had extempore session and OPI. So for both of that sessions, we people, there was anxiety issues, there was stammering issues. So in order to compensate that, if you have this particular TISS death mark in your hand, that will be an asset. So it will help to determine which course you will be finally getting into.
So actually, I have also told them that focus on testnet, because 50% weightage is given to testnet score compared to 30 and 20% of OPI and this extempore thing. Okay, and the margin which you will have in testnet can be greater compared to the margin you will have on in this one, OPI or extempore. That is correct. And then anybody can explain the second round, what happens in the second round maybe?
Okay. So after clearing the TSNET, in our year, what happened? The second stage contained two parts: the online personal interview and the extempore. And this actually happened because I know the previous pattern was different, like 2 years ago. It was happened to be some different pattern, this pattern all. But due to COVID and online mode, this type of adaptation was made, and for 2 years this continued. So we'll share our experiences regarding those. So online personal interview and extempore is basically you get two choices and you get 2 to 3 minutes allotted to speak on it instantly. They will give you time to think. It depends on the panelist faculty. Okay. So they will give you some half minute or some time to think about it, and if you want to note down points to add on them later. So that option is there. But if you go to the second option, ideally you can't go back to the first option for extempore. Okay. Some panels may allow it, but I'm told and I have seen like it's not the ideal scenario. Like whatever if you choose the first one, speak on it. If you choose the second one, bypassing the first, you have to speak on it. That will be better. And one thing is very important, I would say, beyond all this, like your conviction, how you put it in your depth and how we explain to the panelists. Like I come from this place, this is my working background, and this is why I want to join the MPH. Like this faculty, they want to know that you are really committed to this and you know what you are doing. You are not just doing something on a whim. You really have the conviction, and you have that amount of conviction that you are able to explain it to them, convey it to them in a proper way. So that is very important. So I will tell these things to you more later when you are going through the procedures, but remember this.
Okay, Simran, go on.
Yeah, so I think Satyaki has covered everything. And even I would like to add that once you have cleared the testnet, so then after that, you need to write DAFs, and you write DAFs for all the courses you have cleared. So for example, if you have even chosen a different course, so you can write a separate DAF for it. Now, while writing a DAF, you need to give them keywords. For example, I really gave them the questions they had to ask me. So I explained really about my internships and everything, and I got questions about that only. I wrote about all the internships I did at TISS and all the ICMR internships and everything. So you have to give them the keywords so that they do not ask anything outside from the DAF, but some might. And when it goes to the extempore, you can always be very polite to them. They really appreciate you being polite and asking something. For example, in one extempore, I got a very difficult question, and I asked them like whether I can shift to the second topic, and I did not like the second topic as well. So I requested again, sir, will it be possible for me to shift to the first topic? And they said, ki, yes, you can. So everything happens if you ask them. So do not be shy. Do not be scared of asking something. You can always ask for help and they might help you. And another thing about OPI is that you do not have to tell everything should not be right. For example, in HPF itself, I think I was asked about active and passive immunity. I explained them properly, but I think it jumbled the meaning. But they knew that I understood it. But because of the pressure, I might have jumbled. So it's not like that you have to be absolutely 100% correct. You can be wrong. But again, your interest should show, which I'm saying from the first sentence, that it's just about you.
Okay, so Parwathi, would you like to share some experience of interview and everything?
Okay, so I'll start with the testnet. Just one piece of advice that learn the art of filtering out. There's a lot out there. You need to filter out what you need to learn. You need to understand the nature of the exam. They're not going to ask you random stuff and you need to learn, understand everything. I'm pretty sure whatever sir is, I have just revisited all his videos throughout the towards the fag end of the process. I have just gone through his videos over and over again and analyze what can be the questions. And it should not be just the abstract hope of getting into this. It's really slogging your ass off, and no one is coming to hand it over to you. You have to be there all the time. That continuous process. And then about the second stage, I fumble a lot. I have a lot of problem issue with talking in front of the camera. You can see that now as well. So taking up the mocks, that helped a lot. That's when you get to know what you don't know. But it's not a phase where you get dejected. You need to see where it lies in the grand scheme of things. And you need to look at the bigger picture, and you need to see how you're going to deliver during the main process. That's the second stage of business. That's what is the OPI. So yeah, good luck with everything. Hope it bodes well for all you guys. And people like me who have issues with talking, please stand in front of the mirror and talk. And even you can probably go stand in front of a family member who supports you pretty well, and probably they can chip in and give you the insights. Yeah, that's about it.
I remember there was previously, even last year, we had this session with our seniors who are currently in second year. I remember it was one of the senior who mentioned this line in a very decent manner, that in every stage of getting into TISS, there are 3 C's that you need to follow. First is commitment, consistent, and confidence. I think these 3 words are still embedded in my mind somewhere or the other, that keeps on telling me. And I'll tell it to every fellow over there, that these things for every, be it TISSNet, be it DAF, be it OPI, like my friend over Parwathi said that she had the fear of speaking in front of the camera. And I would suggest a very short incident that happened with me. I was doing the mock interview, and there was this one question that I was asked by one of the interviewer in the mock interview, where she asked me, what is the gold standard method that is used in epidemiology? And I sat there and I said the word, and I said it is RCT, it is randomized control trial. But I was fumbling then. I was like, I am not sure about it. Oh, I might have said wrong. And then that senior, she said it directly on my face, that if you know the answer, and even if you feel like it might be wrong or you're not sure about it, just speak it confidently. Your gut will help you over there, and it is the confidence that makes most of the difference. So this 3 C's, please do remember this, and I'm pretty sure it will help you in every asset of every fact or every event of your life, particularly in TISSNet. Yes, it will help you.
Okay, Anagha.
Thank you, sir. So my experience was like for a TISSNet, okay, I knew something and then I got cleared in that. Then later, I was very afraid about my presentation and like appearance on the screen. I was very nervous while talking continuously for English. Sir knows it very well. So like that, I was really worried about that part, and sir really gave me so many sessions and really helped me out to get through that fear. Basically, yeah, I also talked in front of mirror and trained myself a lot. Even I engaged with my friends. Anjali, she's in MPH-HA, and she also helped me a lot. So that's how you overcome that fear. And towards the end of this thing, I was very confident actually, and I still remember that day. I wasn't nervous at all. I don't know what a miracle happened, but still, the sessions with sir really helped me. And also, you just study sir's notes and update your current public health newses. Just write some notes, revise it continuously before whatever you're having. Like if it is extempore for that, or even if it is like MAT exam for that. that, just revise those notes and be confident for the interview. And if you don't know some answer, they are not sitting there to judge you for you are not knowing the entire information happening around in the world. That is not at all expected. They just want to know your interest in this particular course, why you have applied for this, and particularly for the course you have kept in the first option, the reason why you want it. They might ask you different questions to make that point clear. And just study your DAF thoroughly. DAF means a detailed application form, which you will be later writing once you clear the TISS-NET exam. So just be thorough with the DAF. And many of the students might be having this particular doubt in mind. So I'm just telling you that right away, that you might be thinking that having an experience will add on to the chance of getting into the campus or getting selected for the course. But no, it's not like that. Having an experience sometimes will help you to answer some questions which is asked in that particular, related to that particular field. But there is no difference. Like if you are a fresher also, there is no difference in getting selected. So freshers will have to thoroughly know what their course was, I mean their bachelor degree was, have to revise more about that particular thing. And that is how the selection process is being done. So yeah.
I think I'm an example of that. I completed it in 2021 and I gave the TISS-NET in 2022. So it does not matter if you're a fresher or not. It's just your commitment towards it and your wish, yours is to come and get into a course of MPH. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, Saket.
Yes, sir. I'll add it in a very good way. I'll tell you what I did and what you should not do. So the very first thing, don't fill the form in haste. Okay. Know the courses, filter them out. Wait, you have 1 month. Don't be like, I have to need to fill in the first week, because sir knows last year also it happened. Many people made mistakes in that. Don't do that. On the other hand, don't do what I did. Don't fill it 1 day before the last date or on the last date, because this website is not that great. And there are high chances that your payment will get stuck and all these issues. So don't wait for the last day either. Okay. So do it in somewhere around midway, after you've figured out what courses you want to fill, what options you want to consider. And also, you know what your stakes are, what you're staking, your interests. So filter out the courses accordingly, know your goals. For me, it was that I wanted, this was the first goal. Second goal was that I wanted the courses should be from Mumbai campus. So that is how I filtered out. So know your things and don't do either. Don't do it in the beginning also. Don't wait for the last date either. And so coming to the experience, then TISS-NET was GK for us was a surprise package. Everyone knows that. So we had studied books and authors from all over the world, all the important ones, really important ones, but what came was none of us expected
No,
it.
actually what happened, we were quite sure a question on Gale Onward is going to come. Question. There were a lot of things which happened and none of those were asked. Okay.
Exactly.
And subsidiary questions were asked, like Mumbai and all.
Yeah, so that is one thing. And maths is average. Like if you know class 10 maths, you can do it. There will be hardly 5 to 6 questions which will be a bit tricky. So once you are very good in maths, or once you can work hard, you still have enough time left to work hard. Do work hard till the last day to work hard. Keep studying, keep revising. Revise. For GK and any of the subjects, I don't think so. You need to go. Sir knows that I started my preparation for TISS-NET from 6th January. I remember the exact date, and the exam was on 27th Feb. So trust your mentor, trust yourself, trust the process, and be confident. Keep revision is the key now in the last 1 month. Keep revising. And coming to English, my observation is that focus on grammar. Grammar is very critical to it. You should be very clear about the grammatical rules, the usage. Please pay attention to minute grammatical errors that we make in English language, and do keep a check on them, keep preparing them well. And about the OPI experience, I had cleared 2 options out of 3. So in one, I was allowed to switch the options, like the extempore options in HPF. In regulatory policy, I was not allowed. And both the topics are very bad over there. In HPF, I did not switch. The option was there, but my first topic was good enough for me to speak. And one more thing, if you have extempore this year or GD, so when sir used to take, I'll be very honest, I was never into public health. I did not know what to speak on those topics. So honestly, what I used to do, I used to Google the good points, the good website, and I used to prepare a speech in a 2-sheet paper on every probable topic. I still have that booklet, like I have the notes. I used to share it with most of my friends also, whoever used to ask. So people used to say that, okay, I speak well on the topics. But the reality was I did not know. No one cares that in the mocks whether you don't know. What matters, the mocks are an opportunity for you to create the information for yourself, because ultimately you need to use it on the D-Day, on the final day. So I used to give us diverse topics for extempore, and I used to prepare myself a speech, a well-written 2-page speech with all the good points in it. And definitely, as Parvati mentioned, make use of your family members who are very supportive to you. My younger brother helped me a lot. He used to ask me questions from sir's GK notes. He used to ask me every morning. I used to push him, wake him up, and I used to say that, ask me all the questions. So yeah, make use of all those resources that you have, like younger siblings or whoever. This is the time when they'll come to use most. And interview was good. Don't try to answer everything perfectly. Don't show that you are a know you all, I know who all. Like, don't bring out that personality that I know all. Because what's the purpose of taking you then when you know all then? Show your interest, show your confidence, show your eagerness to learn. Try to be as much right as you can. Even in HPF interview, I answered a question wrong related to the maximum age of blood donation, who all can donate blood. I was wrong in that. And the panelist, she corrected very generously. I gave some answer which my I tried to guess it, and that's fine if you can give wrong answers too. But yeah, keep yourself updated, have good information so that you're able to answer as many as possible right questions, because there's no such record of answering wrong or right. Yeah, but try to keep yourself updated. And that is what my experience was. Hopefully you all will also have a great experience.
When the TISSNet was over, when the results came, and when we were given the dates for extempore and OPI, I remember you asked us to make a group, to create a group of the aspirants who cleared the TISSNet for MPH, and we actually prepared a group. I think it was Satyaki was there, I was there, and then Anjali was there, and then there were some of our friends who are in MPH courses, and we created a group, and we used to prepare notes, and then we used to do our own extempore. It is a great way to exchange information, to speak in front of your friends, so that this will encourage you when you speak to the interviewers in the final OPI. So I think making a group also helps you. Also, then as my colleagues mentioned over here, your family can help you, your friends can help you. But yeah, also making a group will help.
So one question is, how many days difference is there between TISSNet and this OPI? I think it is around a month or 40 days, 45 days. 45 days.
Yeah, definitely. We had our OPI in
Around a
June.
month or 40 days even we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 weeks were there. We were given 6 weeks to prepare for OPI, and so it's optimum time. Need not to worry about it.
Then could you please guide towards? Okay, so let me ask you other questions which are there. The other questions are, can I get an opportunity to work in the corporate or begin use like WHO, etc.? So what type of opportunities will you get? Where
So
will you
I would
work?
like to take this question.
Yeah. go on.
So, you get opportunities. One thing you need to be clear that any of the specializations that you choose, it will not confine you for the whole life in that specialization, that you cannot step out of the line. There is nothing like that you have chosen a path and you need to keep going on that. Nothing like that. We have our seniors who are working in PwC, who are working in Deloitte. And for such doubts which arise in your mind, you can go to LinkedIn and check the profile of the seniors from different, because it's very easy to find connections nowadays. Go to the LinkedIn, see their career path, because that is what we do now also. And yes, you can work for Big Four also, and WHO and UNICEF, if you're talking about, then yeah, in the very first go, it's not like that there are very bleak chances that in the very first opportunity, you'll get to work there. But having some experience in the ground level, that can help you to secure further opportunities in such international NGOs. But it is very much possible to work in any good firm, any good organization in your career path. In
Can
fact,
I add to that, Saket?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anagha, go on.
So for the organizations like WHO and UNICEF, they mandatorily requires the experience of 2 years in the country where you've already done your masters. So they are looking for that basically during the selection process. So basically, getting into a good organization and working at the grassroots level in the initial phases of the career means in a rural setup or what to say under NHM doing some rural works at the ground level, that will help you to get placed into those WHO, UNICEF and all in later stages. And we do have a lot of seniors as an alumni who is working as a zonal coordinator in different states. Yeah, that is there, and we are getting alumni talks frequently. The alumni of this is really very strong that the alumni is the committee really helps us a lot to know more about the course prospects after completing the courses. And even we are like continuously checking the LinkedIn, and we are also updating our knowledge about the placements, where to work, consultancies, whether it's better to go for private, what to prioritize, whether the financial aspect of the job or the job security or the emotional satisfaction. So that all you'll get to know along the course time. Yeah, thank you.
What kind of jobs we get after MPH? So I think the jobs are, field work mostly after doing MPH. The most of the work, as I said, will be field related, and that is very good also, because last year Neelam was there. Okay, now Neelam Sati was there. She said that sir, if you are working at the grassroots level and you have the experience of that, then the chances would be there that you will get a chance in future to work for big NGOs or organizations. So that is the thing. Ashish, you want to ask a question, please?
Yes, sir. I was just asking that, like ma'am said, if you have the ground level experience, so that experience will be, should be before joining this, or it will be valid. Like I am working in the government organization on the grassroots level, so it will be applicable for working in organization like WHO and all. So that will be helpful or not, or experience should be after MPH.
So no, actually, the experience they are counting after doing the MPS. That will be considered for the recruitment process of the organizations like WHO and UNICEF. It is good that you've done something related to rural public health in your, before getting into the college. That will always add to the college. Your skills, but they are counting from the day of completion of masters till the time you get into the organization. So that is what is counted basically. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. So there is another question which I would like to answer. Are future prospect of MPH restricted to NGO only? No, it is not restricted. You can work in the Big Four also. Okay. So, few weeks ago, I came to know that some of my students, they are in MPH course. They got placed in EY. They also got placed in PwC and companies like that. So you can work in the corporate as well. Now, any other question which anybody would like to ask? What is the difference between MPH and public health in social work? So there is a course called public health, social work in public health. So is there any difference in that?
College, I would say that social work in public health is kind of an activist role where they are trying to understand the issues and doing like how to define social work in every aspect. It's kind of an activism, or we are trying to solve that big problem in a large this thing. But we public health professionals and health administrators, we just try to sort it out in using these three processes, as we've already mentioned, using the data collector, and we are trying to
One question is coming time and again, that is what kind of job you will do. Okay, so basically when the pandemic happened, the people from MPH only, they had the main role to understand what was happening. And in Kerala also we'll have a lot of epidemic coming up. So we'll have to understand that aspect also, the zoonotic disease and everything, how it is increasing. And related to that, there should be some data. Okay. The data collection, how it is affecting the various, demography, group of people living in slums and everything, that they will have to study and collect data, and upon that they will have to frame policies. Okay. Upon that they can work, some of your seniors told me that you can also work with the state government in policy implementation.
I'll also add to the what that we say, that how MPH works. So I would add to that. See, when we say MPH has three main zones. I mean, it has three main aspects: the social epidemiology, the policy and the health economics and the finance, and the health administration. Each and every course has its own importance and its own value, and each and all of them are interdependent on each other. So we cannot just say that, okay, if somebody is doing the work of epidemiologist, he or she might not be involved in the policy making or in the health administration, or vice versa. So it is all about working for the public. Like sir mentioned about, he gave an example of Kerala, that there might be some new epidemic that comes. God, I would say it never comes, but if there is something that happens, like it happened in Corona. In the Corona, there were epidemiologists who work at the level of the grounds of the collecting the data, the analysis of these things, and then it was passed to the policymakers. The policymakers did their best and came up with the best policy that suited for the people, taking the economics and the finance all together. And then it went to the administrators, the health administrators, who implemented it, or who tried to work on it for the entire nation, for the public which is out there. So every field has its own importance. Now, yeah, so you were saying next.
Yeah, so that is then there is a question upon selection and packages and all. So this also I will take, and basically more than the patch, what I would say is that as an individual also you will have to work hard. You will have to work on your CV and whatever internship you do to get a good CV. And if you have a good CV, you will have a good placement. The placement has happened this year. Some of the students have been placed, and that is very encouraging. Okay, for MPH course also. Okay, so that is very encouraging. So I have come to know about some people. So that is very good. So it will depend upon you how, as an individual, you are going to utilize the platform which is given to you. And the platform is the best platform in India for MPH courses. There are other courses, but nobody will give you the insight, the the tag, I would say, which this will give you. So you can, if you want MPH course, then this is the best bet. Okay. Then any other question? Any other question you have? Then okay. So then at last, your feedback about me, whatever you wish to say, you can say whatever last words. Everybody will get a chance to say the last word, and then we can end. Okay. Yeah, so we'll start from Satyaki. How was your experience with us? You can start.
I am here in TISS. I cracked my first priority, so that kind of tells us what kind of help I got, because that was essential really for me. And regarding my preparation phase and all, I was helped mostly regarding the OPI and extempore part, because in my case, I had no prior experience of public speaking, or to be honest, rather speaking, other than my hospital setup and dealing with patients. I barely spoke. I was like a very selective introvert who didn't know how to speak, and also I was very nervous. So I needed real guidance with those and helping with those things. And now I'm a little bit better. Okay, so yeah, and the clubhouse sessions we had under sir, we interacted with each other, and sometimes I remember at first, although sir encouraged all of us to speak, sometimes I just listened. I was just there and I just listened to other people, like how other people process things. Like see, MPH has aspirants and students from so many various backgrounds with so many various different interests, and their thought processes are different. So when you actually listen to people, now your horizon increases, your range increases. You may not agree to every points, but you get to know to think from different aspects, and it really helps. Like, you can only speak when you think. Now, we can't speak everything we think, but the thinking process is really important, and the speaking practice in front of others, in front of camera, with each other, discussing things. Like, I really never thought I'd be getting here because I had really not even months to prepare for those. But I am here and I'm grateful. So that speaks volume.
Okay, Parwathi. Go on.
I'm just going to keep it short because you already know how much you've helped me with this. So he's one guy who believes in the idea of progress, and he wants everyone else to believe in that as well. How progress can be made in different aspects in our country as well, and how it helps in health. He grooms you to be an individual, and he helps you to fit into that landscape and also navigate in that landscape. So all in all, rest assured, you are in safe hands, to keep it short. And anything, any doubt, anytime, you can just reach out to him. He has always been there. So yeah, that's about it. And so thank you. Because of you, only because of you, I'm here right now at this.
Okay, so there is one interesting question, sir. What is the average age of the batch?
But we do have classmates of 35 and 35. Yeah, up till 35, we know, but do not know the exact age. Like if
yeah. So there will be diversity in age also at this. Yeah, and then Anagha, you can share your experience with us.
So I would say meeting sir was one of the turning points in my decision of like coming here, because I was preparing for UPSC, and during that time I was very confused whether to give one more attempt or whether to choose this, even though equally I wanted to pursue MPH at any time in my life. But during that time, I was very confused, great dilemma whether to go for that or choose this. And sir told me that just don't, like, you have to come, you have to have a good career for that first. And then you can even prepare after that if you really wish for. And yeah, so that really helped me to take that decision. And I met sir only after my clearing my test net through my friend. So that really helped me. And as you can see, like I wasn't the person who knew to talk well in front of people, camera, especially in a different language. So like practicing with sir really helped me a lot. He used to instill this confidence each time, like, okay, you're doing better, even though I do not know whether I did better, but still he gave me that confidence and practiced a lot of example things. As Satyaki also said, in Clubhouse, I often was a listener, and I really doubted whether I'll be able to speak. But then it again helped me a lot practicing with sir. During DAF preparation, he helped me to include the right hobbies, right informations in my DAF, practice DAF. Then yeah, throughout, like I owe my everything. Like I'm very thankful to sir for helping me out to reach here. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
and so one more thing I would like to add, you guys can reach out to us anytime. You can take after clearing testnet, take number from sir, and you can anytime we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you.
Okay, then Shivani, go on.
Yes, sir. I think I was looking for a mentor who could, teach me or to make me understand if I'm taking the decision of doing MPH. And I was going through Google, and there were a number of institutes that were advertised. And then there was a small post of Quora. I looked into it, and I saw there was somebody who wrote, "Prateek sir changed my life." And I was like, okay, let me just see. And then I texted Prateek sir, and I asked, "Sir, I'm really interested. Can I please get a chance?" And sir sent one of his material, and sir said me, You look into this material. If you feel like this works for you, then you say, then I joined, and then rest is the history. Yeah, he will help you in every lot. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry at all. Like Parvati said, you are in the right hand. Just trust the process. Keep up with the hard work, and sir is there for you. I remember sir taking interviews and clearing the dabs and doing the corrections at 6 a.m. in the morning. I used to text him at 2 in the night that, sir, I have completed my dab. When should I do it? And sir was like, okay, right now I am taking an interview. I'll come back to you. And 6 in the morning, he used to give up everything. Yeah, this is ready for you. You change this, you change that. So there is this man who is working hard for you. You just have to make it worth for yourself, and just to make him believe that whatever he's doing is the best, because that's what we believed and that's what we did. And I like everybody else said, if I had the plan of doing this, I trusted on one man. I trusted on the process that he made me get into. And yes, here I am doing MPH in social epidemiology at TISS. So yeah, and thank you so much, sir, once again. We all so much owe to you.
Yeah,
Thank
then
you.
Saket can speak.
Yes, so definitely. So like, I came just 1 month left when I had 1 month left in my hand. And guys, I'll tell you one thing, if there is a person who can do miracles for you, apart from yourself, definitely your hard work is the first thing that counts in. But then do trust your teacher, do trust your mentor, which is Prateek sir. He has been like, when all 6 of us are here telling that he changed our lives, we don't mean to say just to convince you or just to say. We mean it from the bottom of our heart. He has seen the worst days of us all, like the days we were, totally broken, like we did not have faith in ourselves. He has instilled courage in us, how to be, like all the happiness that we have today, all the success we have today, we do. Like I personally, I owe him a lot and a lot and a lot. Like any amount of help, it cannot be repaid back, because this is once in a time opportunity. And yeah, you are definitely in the right hand. As all of us said, there is no other institute or no other person or no other coaching thing who can give you so well targeted material, because he works hard every day, reading, going through all the newspapers, curating the best questions, so that we don't miss on any of the important questions. That takes a lot of hard work. So respect that hard work and give your best shot. It's just like few months left. Don't give up till the last. Whatever emotions, whatever personal, professional, whatever problem you're going through, just withhold yourself, keep your courage together, gather all your shit together, and hold on to the last moment. Once you give the exam, you can just vent out all your problems, all your happiness, whatever you have. But till the exam date, keep on revising. He'll never say no to you, beat any hour of the day, any day, like whatever may come, he'll never say no to you. He's always there to help you. And additionally, if you need help from us, even we are there to help you, because definitely there are a lot of aspirants. Sir also has a lot of work. So yeah, if we can help in any little bit, we'll be really glad to do that. And yes, all I will say that keep revising, keep reading his notes. That more than enough. One thing, don't go for new sources. Don't hit your heads here and there. Be focused on what he has given you, because trust me, when you'll give the exam and when you'll come out of the exam hall, you will realize that how good the material was, how good the teacher was. I remember one of the GK questions, like I had read the answer to that in the last moment before putting my phone in the scooty, and that was the last question I read from Prateek's material. And that when I saw that question on my screen, I was like just so happy that I know, and I was just so thankful that I read this as my last question. So every minute counts. And yes, that's all I want to say. And once you make, you'll definitely realize that what he has done for you and how much you have gained. And next year, hopefully many of you will be on this side where we are now, because last year we were on your side. So yeah, it'll be a very beautiful journey, trust me. And all the best to all of you. And also thank you to Prateek sir for calling us all here, helping us to share experiences, helping us to guide you all so well.
One thing I can remember is last time Simran asked some questions from Neelam or something. Okay. So this year she is there. Okay. So yeah,
Yes.
Simran, go on.
I think everyone has already said so much about sir that anything I say would I feel like be not enough. But I think like everyone said, yes, please just read whatever sir gives. And one thing that I used to do was I used to make Quizlets. I think sir might have introduced you all to Quizlets as well. So I used to make Quizlets, and it was very easy for me then to like play a game. It was kind of a game, and I used to do it when I'm traveling, when I'm eating, and that was very helpful. And I used to watch sir's videos on 2x or 3x, and it was so helpful because then sir gave us like lists of questions that could come, list of books and authors, and it then in the end it became like a game, GK honestly, because of sir. And I don't think that happened with me anytime before because I was so scared of GK. I was in love with maths, that is why I'm here. But GK was a very scary thing for me, and sir really made it a game for all of us. And another suggestion that sir gave us was to, which even Shivani said, was to make groups. So all of us also made a group, and we used to take quizzes from each other. I think we were 4 or 5 people in that group, and one was Mayuri. She's now in MHA. So it was so easy to like do these things, and I think you could have not done this without sir's guidance. Just listen to what sir is saying, watch his
So
videos twice or
actually,
thrice.
I would also like to add one point. So Simran actually helped me a lot in creating those quiz lists and other things also. Okay, and also Saket used to take those sessions, clubhouse. Okay, so actually I was busy with interviews, and during those days she used to conduct those sessions. So she was also, a helping hand, and there were more people. Okay, so thank you for that, Simran, especially because the curriculum which you have made about about books and authors. So I use it right now also, and I have taught my students from there only. Okay, so yeah, so I think we had a good discussion, and all the doubts are clear to all of us. Now we can
So,
end the session. Yeah, anybody else who
so
would
just
like to
one
add?
more thing. Yeah, sorry, I
Yeah,
can't turn on my camera. It's raining over
okay.
here, but I would just like to add on the job prospects. Many people have been asking about it. So I'm from health administration. So I just wanted to know, tell you that mostly you are at the helm of implementation and the planning of the health programs. Now, recently, National Health Policy has also come out with the public health cadre. So mostly recruitment in that. And of course, managerial positions, it's a no-brainer because the course itself says health administration. So you'll get managerial positions ranging from small scale NGOs, maybe health programs, think tanks. And so also you might get recruited slowly. You climb up the ladder and you become probably a part of multilateral organizations like World Bank or WHO. It's stated in the website as well. And also health IT, health tech is booming. So probably there are people, some of the seniors who are working at Google Health. And honestly, getting into this is one different thing, and what you make out of it is a different thing altogether. So, of course, it guarantees you placements, but what you make out of it and how you want to ascend that trajectory is totally on you. So, yeah, that's one thing I just wanted to add. I hope I was audible.
Yeah, you were. Okay, so that's it. So I will stop here only. Thank you all. Thanks for coming. Thanks
Thank you
for
so much,
it
sir.
has
Thank
been more
you.
than